What is going on, you guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'm bringing you guys my review for Roland Emmerich's new film Moonfall. Okay, so Moonfall was written by three guys that were way too high to comprehend anything and had nothing better to do, so one Saturday night the three of them posted up in a room and wrote what is ultimately one of the most forgettable and worst dumpster fire pieces of cinema that I've ever seen in my entire life. And that's Moonfall. If you couldn't tell by that exaggeration, this movie's terrible. It is so fucking bad. You guys, I don't like bashing something, especially if that something is the product of the collaborative effort of hundreds and hundreds of people, which is what a film set is. It just doesn't feel right. But in this case, with a film like Moonfall from Roland Emmerich, I just gotta get a couple things off my chest. First off, like I already said before, the writing was just fucking terrible. I don't think Roland has written anything good since the original Independence Day, and I don't even think he wrote that entire movie. I think he had a hand in the writing process, but it wasn't solely from his brain alone. Like, I mean, going into it, I'm not expecting Oscar caliber Shakespearean level writing, but I'm at least expecting a story that makes me care about the main character that we're watching. So Moonfall stars Halle Berry, Patrick Wilson, John Bradley, and for some reason, Michael Pena is in there as well, even though his character, he literally does nothing. He does one thing, and I mean, spoiler alert, if you guys really want to see Moonfall, the one thing that he does is he fucking dies. That's literally it. And it's not even for a good reason. He just dies because his character is fucking stupid. As a whole, the cast does a fine job, especially with the material that they're given to work with. But there's just one guy in particular that plays Halle Berry's ex-husband in the film, and I'm gonna bash on him a little bit here. But before I start, let me just preface this by saying I have seen him in other things. I've seen him act on Netflix's On My Block in particular, so I know that he has some acting chops. I know that he can do his job correctly. Pretty much, he just walks around this movie like he has to take a shit, and he's been holding that shit in for a week already. So he's just walking around like, you know, all tense and upset. And I get it, he's a military official, so he's got to come off as a little, you know, rough around the edges, as serious. But dude, it looked painful what this guy was doing. Like, we need to give this guy an Oscar so he can fucking loosen his fucking grip a little bit, because I swear to God, he came onto set, and Roland Emmerich was like, "Did you not shit the past couple of nights like I told you to? Did you hold it in?" And the poor guy's like, "Yeah, man, dude, I really gotta go. Can we get this scene going?" And then Roland made him take after take after take just to make sure he held it in a little longer, so he looked a little more serious. He was so uptight all the time, even when he's talking to his like 6-year-old son, telling him that he loves him for the last time before he dies. My man is just like, "I love you, son. I will see you again soon. I promise." And then he fucking dies, which thankfully he died because his character was so fucking annoying. I couldn't watch him squint any harder any longer. I just couldn't. And man, talk about the CGI in this film, man. Wow, was it bad? Wow, was it fucking bad? And you'd think it is the year 2022. You think that you could have cars being pushed by a bunch of water because of a tsunami. You think that those cars would have rendered textures and they'd actually look decent as they're floating through that water. No, they don't. It looks like a Black Ops 3 cutscene on an Xbox 360. That was such a deep cut joke. I don't know if any of you are gonna understand it, but in case you don't, here's a little visual representation.
Lo siento muchísimo, no tengo tiempo para explicaciones. Tengo un universo que arreglar. Gracias. Y auf Wiedersehen.
I mean, I honestly don't know what else to say, you guys. I mean, the writing was terrible. The direction was even worse. I mean, the actors did a fine job with what they were given. It's not like it was their fault that the script just didn't make any fucking sense. Yeah, no, and I mean, I'm okay with this movie going completely crazy, completely bonkers, balls to the wall, stupid, but it didn't. It was taking itself so egregiously serious that it made me kind of have to take it a little serious, and that's why I'm shitting on it in this review. But like, man, I wrote out a whole script, but I'm mostly going off the cuff here just because there's not much to say about this movie other than you should not see it. I was lucky enough, if you want to call it luck, to be able to see it 2 nights ago. I saw it Wednesday night at an early AMC investor screening. And man, it's about 2.5 hours. I say 2.5 hours because there's about a half an hour of trailers before the movie, which also fucking sucks. I was there for so much longer than I needed to be, but I wish I could take those 2 hours back and never have seen this movie. But hey, I get a video out of it. I get a review out of it for you guys. But yeah, have you guys seen Moonfall? I highly doubt it because it's not even out yet. It doesn't come out until February 4th. But if you went to those few investor screenings all across America, let me know. What did you guys think about it? I don't know why I just stuttered there. It's like I just swallowed my tongue for a second. Yeah, what are your guys' thoughts and your opinions? Leave them in the comment section below. Let's start a dialogue. Hopefully not a long dialogue because it is the film Moonfall and nothing remotely interesting happens in this movie at all. There are a couple, I take that back, there are a couple of really big sci-fi ideas in this film that they literally touch on. They say the idea and then they move on. They never expand off of it. I wonder what this film would have looked like if we had someone like James Cameron or like a Christopher Nolan behind the camera. It just makes me wonder. But yeah, you guys, that's pretty much it. I'm going to give Moonfall, man, what do I want to give it? Do I want to give it a 1 or a 2? I'm going to give it a 2, just because of those sci-fi ideas that were in this film that were actually really intriguing and really engaging. They just didn't go anywhere with them. And I heard that they were wanting to make this film into a trilogy. Spoiler alert, that's not gonna fucking happen. But yeah, you guys, have you seen Moonfall? Hopefully you haven't, and hopefully you don't. Please be sure to smash the like button and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.